to the RunnerX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running. Hello, and welcome to Tough Love Tuesdays. I'm your host, Coach Caroline. And today I want to talk to you about something that Valerie and I talked about this week, and it should be up in this Friday's podcast. And it's this idea of how do I build endurance, or how do I get better if my heart is racing? And so my challenge for you is to look at why your heart is racing. A lot of times our heart rate is going up, not because of that we're doing something wrong or we're doing something incorrectly. Sometimes it's excitement. Like I've said often that the thought of fear and excitement create the same reactions in the body. Your heart rate goes up, you get sweaty palms. That's a feeling of excitement, like you've never been to this theater before to watch this show, or you've never traveled on an airplane and you're really excited, or you're going to Hawaii or something like that. That can make you have the same physical response in your body as you would if you were afraid of heights and you were getting near the edge of a cliff, right? So the feelings would be the same. I want to challenge you to realize that that heart rate going up might not have anything to do with you exerting yourself, but could have more to do with your thoughts about it. Like, okay, I'm falling, but oh my gosh, I'm falling too much, right? I'm not going to be able to catch myself. I'm going to wind up stopping myself and reaching and hurting my shins, which I just got over shin splints. Or I'm going to heel strike and in order to stop myself, and I just got over plantar fasciitis. So rather than just letting go and trusting yourself and feeling the fall just a little bit and not letting it go too far, or trusting yourself that you got this, right? You let the heart rate determine that it's fear or that it's something bad. And I'm here to tell you that it's not. And I'm also here to challenge you to say, not only could it be the thought about, say, I'm falling too much, but maybe it's even that, oh my gosh, it's so hot out, or oh my word, there's a hill coming up. And Valerie and I talk about a research study that was done that Dr. Romanov speaks of, and she goes into more detail, but I want to get to the crux of it, which was they were looking at elite athletes running up a hill. And what they wanted to see is, would they have the same heart rate change if their eyes were closed? So they had these elite athletes and normal people close their eyes, and then they were led up the hill. And they found, especially in those elite athletes, that the heart rate change was substantially less. There was still a heart rate change, but it was substantially less. So think about that. That's the proof you need that it's not about the hill. It's not about the fall. It's not about the heat. It's about what you're thinking. So when your eyes are shut and you're running and you're being guided, you're not seeing the hill. You're not saying, oh my God, that's a big hill. Oh my gosh, how am I going to make it up? What am I going to do on the other side? Wow, I'm so tired. You're not thinking any of that because you don't know that it's there. So what if you let your mind let go of those thoughts when they hit you? When your heart rate starts going up, talk to yourself. Say, self, I'm okay. You got this. I'm not gonna fall as far. I'm gonna check myself back in. I'm gonna make sure my arms are loose, and I'm going to make sure that I can handle this because I got this, right? Think to yourself, you got this. You're okay. Nothing's gonna happen. You're not gonna faceplant, okay? And if you really are afraid of that, maybe start taking some judo or doing some things. I have tripped on a pre-dawn run, and because of some judo training I did about 10 years ago, I was able to just roll right and get right up, and people thought I was a badass. But basically, it was part of my movement memory that allowed me to tuck and roll and be able to get right back up and not have it affect me. So I am not afraid now of falling. I know that when I'm caught off guard, that I will just roll. It'll be fine. And so I don't think about things like that. I want you to start looking at your thoughts and how they're affecting your heart rate, how they're affecting the tension in your body. Are you thinking about your foot? Are you thinking about your heel? Are you thinking about your hip? Because as Tim Allen has said, if you think, don't run into the wall, don't drive into the wall, don't drive into the wall, guess what you're going to do? You're going to drive into the wall. He's talking about race car drivers. So what you think will happen. So stop thinking. Don't faceplant, don't faceplant, don't faceplant. Think more, you got this. I got this. I got this. This is cool. And remember that it's really about your thoughts that are going to affect that heart rate. And yes, there are physical attributes, heat, lack of water, having a bad night, whatever the case may be, may affect that. Being scared, somebody, you didn't expect them to come around the corner and they were really quiet. They came around the corner, they scared you. But that you're okay. You'll get through it. Okay. So if you appreciate this episode, check out my conversation with Coach Valerie on Friday, talking about this very thing and how she thinks about these thoughts and what they have to do with your success in running.
Thank you for joining us on the RunRx podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.